Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I'm trying to pin today's topic: why you need a mentor. Thank you, Elaine, for joining us today. So today we shall be discussing about why you need a mentor. This is an interesting topic, and I'm gonna be discussing this topic simultaneously while on Instagram and on Facebook. Today's topic is very instructive because every one of us, each and every one of us, wants to succeed in life. Because you want to succeed, you need to have an idea of what you need to do. And a good way to start is by reaching out to someone who you consider as an expert or someone who have expertise in that industry you have interest in. It is just simple. Anyone who has a practical experience in an industry can guide you very well. Just like marriage. If you want to get into marriage, you ask somebody who have been into marriage and they will give you their perspective. That is principally how life really works. And it's on that vantage point today we shall be discussing why you need a mentor. Before we do that, I would like to really give an overview of what a mentor is and give a structure of what we shall be discussing today. A mentor can be regarded as someone who is knowledgeable or skilled in an industry. Alternatively, you can say a mentor can be regarded as a trusted advisor. So now the question now becomes, who is a mentor? Why do I need a mentor? What people fail to realize is that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step in the right direction. If you have a mentor in your life or someone who you consider as a mentor in your life, they will go a longer way to really help you. But some people just feel, oh, I don't need a mentor, I'm okay. No, it doesn't work that way. Like I said earlier on, if you don't have someone in your life, you might hit the rock. And the last thing you want to do in life is to hit a rock. Let's take a case study of someone who's going to a business, someone going to marriage, someone going to academic, someone traveling. You need somebody who have had this experience in life so that you don't want to make that same mistake again. People say experience is the best teacher. Yes, it's true. But however, we can do our best without going through those rough experiences somebody went through. And that is why you need a mentor in your life. Mentors help to shape one's life and one's thoughts. They are very, very resourceful. Every day we talk about mentorship. But what people fail to understand is that we are all products of mentors. I strongly believe that we don't have dull brains, only brains undeveloped. Since this pandemic started, this COVID-19 started, I had an opportunity to be in a couple of live sessions. And one of those instructive live conversations I've had in recent times was done by Chief Dele Mahmood. There was something he said a couple of days ago that really struck me when he was interviewing Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, and a great man called Donald Duke, the former governor. This happened in Nigeria. According to Donald Duke, he said he became a governor when he was just 37 years. Same thing with Amechi, he became a speaker. Now, the interesting part of those great men is that they have people in their life that gave them that opportunity. So that is a role mentors play in your life. Once you have a mentor in your life, they can open doors for you. Doors you don't literally have to really struggle to really get into. So before you choose a mentor, it is very, very important you know the role the mentor wants to play in your life. Like I said, mentors are like trusted advisors. Okay? So you have to be specific. You have to know what you want. There are different kinds of mentorship in life. So when you are specific, then it helps you to really address that concern. So let's say now you want to get into agriculture. it's really important you have someone in that industry. In academic, in health, in law, or in business, it is very, very important to have somebody in that industry. Now, let's talk about different kinds of mentorship. We have position mentorship. What is position mentorship? This is a mentorship that can be regarded as technically maybe is a master-servant relationship in a way, but not really in that context. Let me say, for example, you are working in an industry and you have a supervisor. You are bound to obey your supervisor generally in any professional environment. Now, your supervisor in that context can be your mentor because that is a position he or she has attained. So that is what I call a position mentor. You respect him or her because of that position he or she has. So whatever he or she says, you are bound to do it. Now, we have permission mentorship. This one is applicable for those who are involved in relationship or, let me say, for example, a celebrity. You allow people to come into your life for them to know you and for them to kind of have an idea of who you are. Let's say, example, now we have celebrities in Nigeria, in America, in Japan, all over the world. When you follow celebrities on social media, they have one single message that's telling you, this is me, this is what I do. And you know they can be seen as influencers. So in that way around, some people follow them because of what? That permission they've given to them. And whatever they say, most likely, a lot of people believe them. That is why it's called permission mentorship. They allow you to follow them. If you are married, if you are in a relationship, or a celebrity, once you allow people to come into your life, you are technically establishing a relationship with them. That is why it's called permission mentorship. So let's talk about results-oriented mentorship, which I call production mentor. Now, this is really applicable for those who are in industries. When you are result-oriented, when people see that you have been able to deliver, they will believe you. So it is that results, that result you have produced in that industry that will make people to believe you. That is why it's called production mentor. Now we'll talk about people mentor. People mentor in this context is all about people believing in you, by what you've done for them. So for example, you have a friend, your friend believes in you for what you've done for him or her. Even though you've not done anything for them, but people just believe in you just because of what you are and who you stand for and what you stand for. So you can call them as people mentor. You just based on what you've done for the community or people just believe in you on that. But the highest of them all, which I call the Pinnacle Mentorship. Pinnacle Mentorship is just talked about what you represent. That is the peak of all mentorship. What do you represent? When people look at your page on social media, what do you represent? When you speak, what do you represent? What cause are you passionate about? What do you stand for? Do you stand for justice or oppression? Are you humanitarian? What are you doing? These are the things that people will look up to know who you are. So Pinnacle Mentorship can be seen as the pinnacle of all mentors. People looking up to you for what you have done and what you represent. Someone like Nelson Mandela can be regarded as a mentor. He's an advocate of good governance. So that is how life really works. So in order for you to choose a mentor, you have to know what area of mentorship you are looking out for. Is it for Pinnacle? Is it for production? Is it for people? Is it for position? Or is it for permission? So it is very, very important you know the areas you have to look out for when choosing a mentor. Now, let's talk about again what you need to look out for once you want to get a mentor. Number one thing you have to look out for is the vision. Vision is very, very important in life. What is your vision in life? Vision and mission is two different things. If you have an organization or if you want to know more about an organization, two things you have to put in mind is the vision and the mission. The vision is the end goal, okay? While the mission is the road, the modus operandi. How do you actualize what you are going out for? In mission, you are giving about like this job a step. In 6 months, in 2 years, in 5 years, this is what I would have done or achieved. And then in 10, 20 years or whatever, this is what I think I would have been representing. In that context, you are talking about your vision. So you can talk about vision again from the context of an eagle. The eagle have vision. The eagle don't go low. Of all the birds that fly in the air, the eagle has highest vision because it goes higher than all other birds that fly. But the lesser birds go underneath. That's why I respect Michelle Obama. She said, when they go low, you go high. So once you want to get a mentor, look at the vision. What does that person really stand for? And then now look at the mission. That mission can be likened to what he or she did to get to where they are. You have to look at their trajectory paths, their failures, their struggle, their experience, their background, their family, their academic, every step that whatever they did to get to where they are today. That is how you know who to stand for. Let me give you a case study of someone like Abraham Lincoln. For those of you who know Abraham Lincoln, he failed in his business, he failed in his marriage or family, he failed elections, even his academic life. Okay, but still, he still rose to become the greatest US president, like how some people will say, at the age of 59. What does that really entail? This is a man that failed in so many ways. So if you see Abraham Lincoln, you can liken him to be a mentor in one area, in one context, because of the path he chose. You cannot just wake up in the morning and say, Mr. A is my mentor, Mr. B is my mentor. No, you are getting it wrong. So you have to be intentional of whatever you want to do in life. So the vision is very, very important. Somebody was asking me sometime, how do I get a mentor? Should I look about the money he has attained, his status he has attained, or what he represents? These are important questions we have to look into consideration. Now, for you to get that mentor, you have to know what that mentor represents. For me, I strongly believe you must go to a mentor that represents the vision or whatever you want to attain in life. So for instance, now you want to attain a particular area in life, maybe honesty, prudence, academic success, business, whatever it is. Go to that specific person you know he or she has done it, and then you now move around. If you want to go into religion or whatever faith you believe in, you go to that person that has done it. So it is very, very important. Don't follow somebody because of he or she has money. Yes, money is good, but you have to be intentional about it. In this area of social media, we have seen cases whereby people say, "Oh, I cannot follow this man because he's a motivational speaker. He has no money, and I tell him how to make money." Hello? Have you thought about the wisdom he or she has? Have you thought about the knowledge he or she is impacting? Yes, he or she might not have that money at that point in time. Okay? But then, he has that understanding. He has that vision. So if I were you, I would tap into that vision. I'm not going to judge him because he has no money. Then I'm not going to tap into that knowledge. No. Yes, generally, mentors can be seen as people who are sufficient. But for me, I strongly believe that someone who has what I need is somebody I can regard as a mentor. So that is that is a person I'm going to learn. Okay? So in choosing a mentor, you have to know some certain things. You have to be properly guided. And I'm going to share with you some of those things that you need to know when talking about mentorship. Because a lot of people don't get it right. As a mentee, if you have a mentor in your life, you have to add value to your mentor. You have to add value. In approaching a mentor, you have to know what you are looking at for. So for instance, now, you go online and you want to search for a mentor, and you see whoever you like. The first thing you're going to do is to introduce yourself. I am Mr. S, Mr. B. This is what I do, or I have no job, whatever the case may be. But try to be specific. Try to introduce yourself in a friendly manner, and then make a sampling request. Or you can say, I have been reading your articles for some months now. I've been studying your videos. I've been reading about you. I've been hearing about you in the news. You have to impress the person. A lot of people like it when you have impressed them by showing you have done a research about them. And then that way they will have a feeling that yes, you know what you want. So it is very, very important you do this research before meeting a mentor. Again, once you do that, you have to know that mentors are very, very busy. Okay? So once they give you the time, the onus is on you to do the work. You don't have to expect your mentor to do the work. No, your mentor is that person that will facilitate the work for you. He or she will not do the work for you. They are a guide. They will give you direction. They will advise you. They will motivate you. And they will give you resourceful opportunities or referral, as the case may be. So you have to know what you are looking at for in life. The areas you need in life are the areas you need to have a mentor. But there's a contrast to that. Some people have talking about mentors are people who can use them. Yes, to some extent. But remember that sometimes mentors are not really like how people think them to be. If a mentor decides to give you an assignment, do not say that this man or this lady or whoever that person is trying to overlabor you by giving you so much work to do, or you are doing his or her work for him or her. Don't take in that angle, because sometimes problems comes in form of opportunity. So once a mentor has given you an assignment, you are bound to learn from it. It's only when you think this is going beyond the scope, or you don't understand where it's heading to, or you don't feel good about it any longer, that is when you have to take a deep breath and re-examine the friendship or the relationship. So it is very, very important you know the thin line of distinction between work and duty. So a mentor can be regarded as a trusted advisor, like I said. However, you have to be careful, because some people have been led astray by mentors. So at any point in time, I always tell people, go and watch the news, read articles, see what is happening out there, visit your mentor and see what is going on about them. Because sometimes once you're not properly informed, these people can lead you astray. But once you are current and you are knowledgeable in that industry, you will know what is literally happening. So paying attention to details is very, very, very important. Okay, so let's look about the qualities of a mentee. One of the strongest qualities of a mentee is a listening skill. Listening skill is very, very, very important. It is priceless. I cannot overemphasize the aspect of listening, because once you listen, you are bound to succeed, all things being equal. For me, I always tell my friends, please critique my work, please advise me, please correct me. I want to see the mistakes I've done and see how I can improve. Sometimes you don't know it all. That is how mentorship really works. Okay, if you have a mentor in your life, or whoever you regard as a mentor, you have to listen to that person. Look, let me tell you, it's not about you thinking, oh, this man or this lady is older than me, or I am older than this person, and then he or she cannot mentor me. No, you can learn from somebody who is 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, So you can learn from someone who is way younger than you. All that's important is, what am I learning? What do I want to learn? That is what you have to know. Don't say, oh, because I'm older than this person, no, I can't learn from him. No, you can learn from somebody. So when I'm talking about listening skills, I'm talking about this is a skill that can really help you to really succeed. So you have to listen to your mentor, because your mentors will inspire you a lot. By inspiring you, they will share with you practical examples of what they've done. They are regarded as expertise in that industry. There's an African adage that says, what an old man sees while sitting down, no matter how tall a child grows, he or she will not see it. So what a mentor has experienced, he or she wouldn't like you to go through that route in life. Okay, he or she want to make sure that you get what you want. Okay, and then he or she will refer you to his networks, and then in that way around, you have great insight to life, because mentors are very, very creative. They are very, very creative people. Once they are creative, they tend to look at you from a particular vantage point. They tend to see, okay, this is where this guy is lacking, and this is where he or she needs to improve upon. So once you have a mentor in your life, you have to ask yourself again, what can I do to add this value to my mentor? Mentor is very, very important in the sense that they can give you opportunities. So let's say, for example, now you need a job. A mentor can be someone that you can volunteer for. Once you volunteer for your mentor, or you volunteer for an organization, or you volunteer for a particular industry, based on the advice of your mentor, trust me, you are setting yourself for success. Because once you volunteer, then they help. Because people want to talk about mentor. It does not really work that way. You have to know the rudiments. You have to know your ABCs. Last week I was talking about branding. I spoke about the ABC of branding. 1, A is appearance. Okay, B is behavior, and C is communication. These are the 3 things that talks about branding. So in mentors, you have to learn the ABCs. And one of the ABC of mentorship is that you have to volunteer. Maybe for example, your mentor is having an event. Okay, you could have said, excuse me, son, can I mentor for you? Can I share flyer for you? Can I share this on social media? These are the things your mentors will be doing that you can plug into. Once you plug into, they will know that you have an interest in their work. Trust me, mentors will notice you. If they're on social media, you go there, you comment on their posts, add value to their posts, share their posts, they will notice you. Trust me, they will. Once you are consistent in that way, they will surely notice you. So a lot of people fail to understand that opportunity comes in different ways in life. It's not like a straight line. People get opportunity. No, it comes in different angles. Once you have a mentor who is proactive, who is creative, he or she will give you some great opportunities for you to really succeed. Okay, so let's take a case forward again. Once you have that mentor in your life, you have to make yourself available. Okay, because mentors don't like it when you waste their time, because time is priceless. I always tell people, if you give me money and give me time, I will take your time, because time is priceless. Whoever has given you his or her time has given you everything that you need in this life. Trust me, because time is priceless. So once a mentor has given you his or her time, the onus is on you. The burden is on you to make sure that you do not waste that time. It is very, very important that you take your mentors very, very serious. Once a mentor says that you are not serious, he or she, might back out. And once he or she backs out, it's not looking good for you. You will then have to pay the price. And then when you now get somebody else, you never know. That mentor that you think he or she was not valuable might tell Mr. A or Mr. B, oh, that guy, I was mentoring him and this is what I think. Because what people fail to understand is that leaders meet at the top. I repeat, leaders meet at the top. So for those who have interest in politics, now, if you see how people scramble for positions, those opportunities, or those who get inside information about a politician, they just kill themselves, fight for elections or whatever as case may be. They fail to understand that mentors meet at the top, or leaders meet at the top. So if you have a mentor in your life, you have to pay attention to details. Okay, listen to what your mentor is telling you, and then know that your mentor is somebody that can really guide you. So I'll be rounding up in a few minutes, okay? But let me just give you a recap of what I've talked about mentorship. And then if anybody has any question, please, I will appreciate you just ask me a question. If you're on Facebook, feel free to ask me a question, or Instagram, I can see my friends on Facebook, I can see them on Instagram. So feel free to ask me a question, okay? So I spoke about the 5 types of mentorship. I spoke about position mentor. I spoke about Pinnacle Mentorship. I spoke about production mentor. I spoke about people mentor, and I spoke about permission mentor. Production, permission, Pinnacle, production, and people mentorship. So you have to define the area of mentors you want. Okay. Then I spoke about vision and mission. And in speaking about vision and mission, I said you have to know what you want in your life. Okay. And then the kind of somebody you need as a mentor. Because I define mentor as someone who is a trusted advisor, or someone who is knowledgeable and skillful in a particular industry. So you have to know the industry you want to get into, and then you know the mentor you're going to seek out for. Then I spoke about again the qualities of a mentor. Mentors are creative. Mentors inspires you. Mentors gives you information. They will advise you, they will direct you, they will train you, they will empower you, and they will motivate you. These are some of the things mentor does. What about a mentee? One of the skills a mentee will have to have in mind is listening skills. you have to have a listening ear for your mentor. I always tell people, when the student is ready, the master materializes. When the student is ready, the master materializes. So once you have decided that I am ready for this, then you see that people are there to really help you. Okay? So I said again, you must do the work. Mentors don't do the work for you. They only help you to facilitate the work. Again, I mentioned you must volunteer for your mentor. Okay? Mentors like it once you bring out your time to help them. Follow them on social media. Comment on their posts. Ask them, what can I do for you? Add value to their life. Do not allow you to be a parasitic relationship. No, let it be symbiotic. I help you, you help me. You meet me halfway. I'm learning from you. I'm also adding value to your life, because nobody likes to be a burden. Okay? Then I talk about, as a mentee, you have to value the time of your mentors, because mentors don't like it once you waste their time. Time is priceless. And finally, I spoke about mentors are creative in nature. Because of that creativity, they will not want you to do those mistakes they did in life. So they want to make sure that you did all that you are supposed to do. By so doing, you will now know what to do. So in summary, I'm going to say that in whatever you do in life, you have to know where you're going. In whatever you do in life, you have to know where you are going. So it's not about where you are at this moment, but it is the end that matters. And I'm going to share these practical things that happened recently in my family. My big brother, right, just graduated from pharmacy school. He's now a doctor, right? This is a great guy that knew from beginning what he wanted. He was so focused. He was so energized. And today, he's a doctor. It is priceless. A lot of my youth, a lot of my contemporaries, and a lot of people who are way younger than me, okay, find it hard to be so focused. But this is a great guy that has taken the bull by the horn. And today, he's a medical doctor, like he's a pharmacist, So I cannot overemphasize the value of vision in life, So you have to know what you want in life. It's not about where you are today. It's where you are going. People might not really believe in you right now. They might not see where you are going, okay? But you yourself, you know where you are going. So the onus or the burden is upon you to know where you want to go. A lot of people have seen me over time. They've said, how do you do what you do? The people you've met in your life, how do you do it? For me, I'm very, very strategic. I'm extremely strategic. I always say, we all look at a particular thing, but we all don't see the same thing. Let's take a case study of someone who is in the classroom. Okay, we all sit in the same classroom, but we all don't hear and comprehend the same thing. We all have pain, but we all don't feel the same thing. Okay, we all look at a particular direction, but we all don't see the same thing. And that is how life works. So you must be strategic, and you must be intentional about whatever you want in life. By God's grace, God has given us wisdom and understanding to really approach life from a dynamic point. So once we have these things in our mind, sometimes again it makes life a little bit easy. Not that you're a magician, not that you have it all together worked out. No, it's just that you've had people in your mind, that have been able to program it for you. I liken mentors as a back room in a website. If you have a website, you will know that a lot of work is done in the back room. So when the work is being done in the back room, then people will not see the light of the day. I always say, and let me tell you guys, okay, 90% of all the conversation, of all the discussion that will be taken concerning your life will be taken in your absence. I repeat, 90% of all the decision that will be taken in life concerning you will be taken in your absence. If you don't understand that statement, then you have to go back and then have a rethink. But let me give you an insight to what that statement really means. As a mentee, if you have a mentor, he or she might not tell you all the plans he has for you. But as time goes on, he or she will not prepare you for the opportunity. Let's take a case study of politics, for example. If you have someone who is very, very resourceful and influential in politics, they might take a decision for you, which you might not even know. And they've understood you. They've seen that you can deliver, or you're going to represent, or Probably you can play into the game of whatever they want. You will not be there when that decision has been taken, but you'll be called upon to take that position or that seat. And that is how mentors work. You might be in your comfort zone, and then a mentor will call you, or whoever you have in your life will call you, oh, I have this XYZ, can you do this? That is why I says a mentor can be regarded like the backbone in, like if you have a website, the back room. So when the work has been done at the back room, then people will not see the full work. That is how to describe a mentor. So that being said, I want to thank you guys for coming out here today, giving me your time, your listening ears, and to share with me this little time I have with you guys. So I'm going to leave the floor open. If anybody has any question, I'll be glad to really take your questions, and then we can wrap it up and call it a day. So the floor is now open for any question anybody will have. Any questions? I'll be glad to take any question you may have for me for today. The topic today is why you need a mentor. It's very, very important. We all need a mentor in our life. If you are going through a rough thing in your life at this moment, I will suggest to you, take a deep breath, meditate, and ask yourself some questions. Do I need a mentor? If yes, why do I need a mentor? Which industry do I need a mentor? What area of life am I going to go into? Okay, so that is great. Oh, Akun Maba, you said my mentor is younger than me. Exactly. That is a great one. I said earlier on that your mentors can be younger than you. It's not really somebody whom you are older than. No, you can learn from somebody who is younger than you. Someone like Mark Zuckerberg, how old is he? Mark Zuckerberg is just a young man, and then today he's a mentor to a lot of people. So that's how life works. That's why I like US. In US, someone who is 10 years, 20 years, 30 years younger than you can be your supervisor, and you're bound to obey the person. That is how life really works. So I would like to thank my great friends who have deemed it possible to come here today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your listening ears. I hope by this time next week again, we will all come back again, and then we will share some great insights. So if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll be glad to really respond to you. So that being said, I'm going to wish you guys a blissful evening, and I will see you next week. Take care and have a nice evening. Bye.